So I came out here not to see the man-made fence in the background. I came out here today. Well, I have to give credit to the fence. I gotta say that. Thank you to those who protected this place by building the fences around it. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I wanted to come out here and talk to you about why I want you to enjoy life and why I think the book that I wrote can help you do that. I don't balance on tree branches very well. So I wrote a book series, well, the beginning of a book series so far, called The Sphere. Thank you, Jenna, for the idea to call it The Spheries, because that's cute. And when I wrote what has gone into this book, it was over the course of many years and many edits, many changes of beliefs, changes of thought about the world, about myself, about how I interact with other people, and about how important it is to really care about what's around you. And not just around you, but inside of you. Because I think we forget that sometimes. We realize, oh, the people around me are important, I should take care of them, but we don't always give ourselves room to live fully and to grow the way we need to. So, as I was selecting and editing the writings for my book, I had to take all of that into account. I didn't want to share a message that was half-hearted or empty or lost in translation from human to human. I wanted it to make sense and to travel from my mind to yours in a very smooth way. I want it to hit resistance. I love when people come to me and say, hey, that part didn't make sense. Why did you write it like that? Because it gives me more insight into what I'm trying to say and whether in fact I am right or I am on the right track with what I'm trying to say. And I don't want to make baseless claims about things. For example, I had someone approach me about how I represented dark and darkness in my book. And I, at first, thought about light and dark in a very black and white way. And it was very contradictory to the message of my book, which is realizing the in-between of things and realizing that things aren't always black and white. In fact, they're rarely black and white. They're almost always, I don't even know how to describe it. Well, like being out here. None of this is simple, right? The water can't go anywhere without the rocks. But the rocks were probably formed by the water, but they were also already there. You know, it's just, there's so many pieces to life in general and to nature. Think about all of this, the sticks in the water and the rocks in the water. Each piece, each part of this has been through some kind of life cycle, some kind of journey. This tree's journey has been longer than most things out here. Longer at least than most of the leaves. But how long has that waterfall been there? How long ago did these rocks form? There's so many intricacies. And we are part of that. We're part of the intricacies that we see around us every day. And that's why the very first aim, the very first theme of my series is pay attention. No action, No big thing you do other than just the sun shining through the trees. I feel warm from that. My feet are planted on the ground. Oh, there's a branch there I shouldn't trip over. Like, paying attention, period. It's amazing how much we see when we look. How much we hear when we listen. I just noticed another bird started calling. How much we feel when we allow ourselves, whether emotionally or physically. I hadn't noticed I was cold until I started talking about that. The awareness that comes with simply paying attention is phenomenal.